Brexit talks remain stuck on some of the level playing field concerns that the EU has expressed, but according to a trade expert the state aid impasse could easily be resolved. France's new Minister for External Trade has warned that a Brexit deal remains unattainable as long as Britain remains unwilling to be bound by rules that would ensure a level playing field in trade with the EU. Speaking after the UK confirmed it planned legislation to rewrite parts of last year's withdrawal agreement regarding Northern Ireland, Frank Riester said a free trade deal was still possible provided the agreement was comprehensive and enforceable, did not allow for social or fiscal dumping, and included access for EU boats to fish in British waters. He told the Financial Times, "There's a game of bluff going on. We'll try to stay calm and serene but firmly behind the line of the EU 27. In any deal, in the end there is a compromise that can come into play. But that is unattainable for the moment because the UK is not moving on the essential matter, which is the ability to ensure that trade is fair." Although the UK formally left the EU in January, it has continued to follow rules set in Brussels during a transition period, which ends on December 31 while discussions over a long-term trade agreement continue. Another round of talks, the eighth, began on Tuesday, but neither side is expecting a breakthrough. As a no-deal scenario looks increasingly likely, Shankar Singham, CEO of Competer and former advisor to UK trade secretaries, revealed how the state aid impasse could easily be resolved. In a recent report for Global Vision, Mr. Singham wrote, "The Brexit talks remain stuck on some of the level playing field concerns that the EU has expressed. The EU has argued, reasonably enough, that it does not want its companies to compete on a non-level playing field with UK companies. However, it has then made the logical leap that this can only happen if the UK adopts the EU-specific anti-subsidy regime, its state aids laws. The reality is that the EU can achieve its reasonable objective by simply agreeing with the UK that both parties will not distort their markets in anti-competitive ways, including high-level disciplines on what these anti-subsidy regimes should consist of. A UK anti-subsidy regime, Mr. Singham noted, should be focused on the negative effect on competition of anti-competitive market distortions, which should be actionable only in the event of harm to a producer like or directly competitive or substitutable products. As such it would logically build on the reduction of border trade barriers," he added, "and ensure that the benefits of these border barrier reductions for consumers are not thwarted by government distortions of other types."